Elsa is Elsa Maxwell, who was a socialite of the time. And Canasta is a very, very complicated, again, card game that a lot of socialites play. I think with Elsa in particular, there was a way of bringing a slightly more elaborate cocktail. I had interest in ingredients. It clearly is finding a way of how you do dramatic work for dance in which the storytelling works for dance is radically different than what you do in theater. So I always go, this is my motto of what the transition is, that if you can say it, by all means spare me the sweat. But if you find no ways to say I love you, because you have no ways to say it, then you're gonna have to show me. And then therefore I can justify doing a dance. So I think Elsa somehow has that theme of memories of something that may or may not have happened, that I really don't, what is it about? I think it's about, oh, why don't I just show you? Is what justifies being a choreographer. Creating dance is a completely super incredible, valid art form, because it can do what theater can't. And the idea of bringing theater and the idea of bringing other skills into the what's the German word, Gestalt, you know, the work that is total, that it brings whatever you have in your pantry and more in order to cook that meal is highly important. Sometimes the problem cannot be entirely resolved by dance, which sometimes is completely limiting. So guess what? I happen to have this spice in my rack. So this is what it needs, guys. And I happen to have it. And please, by all means, use it. I could actually say, if you were me, what would you do? You would change stuff, would you? Inevitably, you couldn't sit on your feet and just... So it was an open car aid to make it longer, to explore new ideas, to change the gender of the singer, which I thought it was massively important because it brought it back closer to me. I started doing self-portraits, and I'm continue doing portraits of others, which means that I still believe the person is the biggest and most important part of the work. And I now have a budget in which I can surround that person with bigger frames and bigger costumes and more expensive perfume, but it's still about the person. I can take it all out, it's still about the person. When an audience sits to see something happening, it should look like it's coming from you and not from me. So they're making you a conduit, that it seems that the life stems from you and you are not a puppet of what I have been, the machine behind it, which of course the fascinating stuff always as a maker is that at one point do I step away from the room.